In the last episode, we see the actions of the Republic have taken notice. In our desire to end the war, the Republic has been spread thin. Our fleet suddenly become targets of the Separatist war machine, showing unrelenting force. In epic battles of bravery and skill, our Jedi realize that victory is impossible if they're high pouring. The droids continue to produce capital ships, and Republic forces are on their own. Stranded, outgunned, and outmanned, the Second Fleet is separated from the rest of the Republic. In the war that has lasted just under 80 galactic days, the Republic has not suffered a major space battle defeat. Luminara Unduli's flagship, the Tranquility, has been crippled. Her engines disable. Retreat is impossible. In a selfless act to save her friends, she orders the Second Fleet to retreat, leaving her behind. Luminara Unduli decides to stall the Separatists as long as she could aboard the Tranquility, realizing that her last act could save countless lives of the Second Fleet. As her forces retreat to a friendly star system, they take some time to reflect on the actions of their late general, considering if they had the courage to act, as she did, when the time comes. Hello guys, and welcome back to some Star Wars Empire at War, the Clone Wars mod. Now, where we left off last time, we invaded... Did we invade the planet of Carteo? We did, yes. With the non-clone army, or semi-non-clone army. And we took the planet, and then we were invaded again with overwhelming numbers, and we lost the planet. Also, Cheros 4? Did we take the planet? Yes, we did. They're stealth units, and then they took the planet right back. Because we couldn't have a fleet over the planet. Because there's 34 frickin' star frigates on the planet. There's also a big stack here. What's here? That's 56 frigates. Things are starting to look kind of dire for us right now. We've taken quite a bit of planets in the campaign. There's still 50 frigates right here, so we still have that issue. They definitely outnumber us in forces. They also have 6 there. We have a lot more ground forces because we have these cheesy little platoons here and whatnot. What's this? Smuggler. Eh. Go to the cantina, I guess. Cantina. That's kind of cool, right? Oh. We already have one. The one we want here. I guess just some more ground troops. We can have 2 light vehicle factories, so if we get attacked here, God forbid we get attacked there. If we get attacked here, that basically means we lost this whole sector, because it's pretty well defended. Speaking of well defended, we need to force to wipe out this, to build some base stations here to hopefully thin out their forces. So, let's go ahead and collect our ducks in a row. Let's actually build this long-range scanner. I think it's important because Kuwait is actually pretty close to this planet. This planet was just invaded, and if they invade Kuwait, there's not much stopping them from taking it. I mean, there's this, but they don't have any ground troops. So we do need to reinforce the planet of Kuwait because it's imperative that we hold it. We also need to hold the fleet. We need a fleet over here. Unfortunately, we are running out of ships to be able to use in this war. Although we can build some GIngernators here. This is pretty useful. So let's do that once we get the chance. We need to build up our space stations in the surrounding area, because the space station will give us a higher population cap. Higher pop cap means that we get more troops to play with. Now, to deal with the enemy force, looks like we have some support ships. Let's bring our support ships over here. Go ahead and gather them up. As soon as we get some of our GIngernators, let's go ahead and bring our GIngernators over. We're just collecting our forces on Celeste. And we can begin momentarily. Is this close to document? No. Endlore. Okay. So yeah, thankfully we still do have these neutral planets here as I don't want to say buffers. That's kind of rude, you know, say about instant lives and whatnot. But that's what they are. They're buffers for us. They don't really gain anything from them, but the Separatists can still attack them. Now, Cerebin. We need to hold our forces here. Cerebin. Let's build another long-range scanner. There's more fires over there at Cerebin. The reason why Cerebin's important because it's basically the entryway to all of the core worlds here. They can't really attack us otherwise. I guess they could go through core lag. So we definitely need to build up our fleet. That's our main priority right now. And unfortunately we are running out of population. So, I think what we should do is to bring over the Republic battleship. We can bring the tactical commander over as well. Give us a sight and combat boost. Is this enough ships? I believe it is. Let's go ahead and bring over this force as well. A few more support ships. And let's go knock out the force over here.
Construction complete.
On Bestman.
Heading out. Reinforcement available.
As we are waiting for that, let's go and build up some more of these space stations. All that we can. Ooh. Doesn't have space station. Okay, so with our Republic battleship, we should be able to take this force out, no problem. We also have the hypervelocity gun, so let's begin. I'll drink the rest of my coffee, and let's begin the battle.
Sir, I'm picking up contact.
This planet.
We're not alone out.
Okay, so this is a problem. Looks like our support ships are stuck in the nebula. We need to get them back. Also our fighters.
The Republic
It's
needs your help fighting on the front line.
pretty important that
Are
we
you
do
ready
that.
to join the battle?
It looks like their subsystems are actually disabled because they're in the nebula.
Stay alert, boys.
Alright,
All
we
fire
lost...
inbound. Standing by.
Looks like we lost 2 frigates because of this nebula.
Reporting in.
The good news is that they're going to be pushing through. Right here. Let's go ahead and knock out one of these ships. Let's take out this one.
Copy that.
So what we want them to do is to push through the nebula to find our Republic battleship here.
Fire.
You'll see all those cannons that's firing at their enemy ships.
Much more of this.
Ideally, we should not be engaging them in the nebula. So let's bring you fire back.
Into the fray.
You guy, get back here.
Reporting in. Attacking. Awaiting command. Waiting attack, sir. Aye, aye. Yes, sir.
Bring our ships around.
Yes, command.
So this, this frigate's kind of screwed. We need to get our acclimator back. We shouldn't be losing any forces in this battle. The tide is turning, however, so we can go ahead and bring in our fighters,
Waiting attack, sir.
take out those ships, take out our bombers, take out those patrol ships.
Standing by. Watch it.
This is our acclimator.
What are your orders? Star cruiser here.
So now what we can do is bring our battleship through the nebula.
Star cruiser standing by.
Hyper velocity gun ready. It's not worth taking out that ship. It's worth taking out this one.
Roger that.
So let's go ahead and bring you through the nebula.
Take much more of this.
No.
Heading for
No.
coordinates. At once.
No.
Tunnel at full. Setting course.
There you go.
Watch it.
Just need to give the ship a little bit of loving for it wants to go where I need it to. Alright, let's have our fighters
Light 'em up.
attack their fighters.
Can't
Let's get our bombers, take out the patrol ship.
Y-wing squadron clear to engage.
I don't know what you're doing right now. Okay,
Waiting attack, sir.
get our arcs, take out that ship. So this detonator's through, so let's go ahead and have them take out the engines of this frigate.
Take out their engines.
We need to take them down now before it gets away. There you go.
Right away.
So you should be fast enough now to go ahead and chase them down.
Velocity gun available.
Gun is ready, so let's go ahead and take out this frigate. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's go ahead and get our fighters to take down their ships.
Watch it.
We have all these frigates back here doing nothing, too.
Reporting.
What actually bonus does it give? 25%. Okay. There's another commander in the game that gets, I think, 40%. I'm not sure if it's Luminara Unduli, which died in the last
Copy that.
1 to 2 episodes. I think that was last episode.
Online. We're drawing their fire.
But we definitely need to take advantage of the commanders, because they do help out a lot. Yeah, we lost not that much. We lost a fighter and 2 cruisers, but they lost a lot more. So it's acceptable. Not ideal, but it's acceptable. So let's get our battle station and the commander back over to the main fleet. The first fleet
Transmission received. Reporting.
over here on Iridu.
Reinforcements available. Vehicle in production.
Let's try to build as many ships as we can in the meantime. Once these or space stations start being built, you can start reinforcing the skies. Ideally, we need to be building these ventilators over these planets as well. Let's go ahead and reinforce these planets here with some space stations. Now, we haven't actually touched these planets at all.
Building under construction.
I believe these are full of ground units. Yeah, so that's full. This one's full. But this one? No, it's not. So let's go ahead and bring some forces from Raxus Prime
Reinforcement
and
available.
start building some more.
In production.
Vehicle in production.
And bring them over here.
Receiving location. Construction complete.
Construction complete.
In the event it gets attacked, hopefully we'll be able to hold them off.
Reinforcement available.
Okay. So, we now have a higher population and a little bit of lag, it seems. There we go.
Vehicle in production.
I think we have to build up another battleship.
Unit.
They're really good. I think they're only good if you have one of them in battle at a time. Raxus Prime. So it looks like they took notice to the ships moving. We have 1 space station versus 1 star frigate. We can actually do this battle, I think. I think it's entirely winnable because we have theoretically unlimited amount of fighters coming out. They have 1 frigate. 1 frigate only spawns 1 fighter, so we'll have fighter superiority in this battle. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. If they had 2, it'd be rough, but they only brought 1. Alright, so he's down here. So, didn't repair. Let's give our station, let's give them some speed.
In progress.
We don't actually have any corvettes to battle, so there's no need. And this is not a corvette. You are a space station. So we'll give our fighters some speed. That'll be good to be able to juke out the enemy. We need to take out their enemy engines before they get to the station. Here they are, so let's take out the engines. Let's have our fighters take out their ship. Take out engines. You can go and spectate. Oh, that's really cool. Alright, I believe his engines are taken out. Yes, they are. So next we want to take out the flak cannon. Oh, not the hangar bay. Oops. I can't actually find it. I believe there are 2 flak cannons. There it is, flak cannon battery. You can also take out the shields. That'll be useful as well in the battle. So it looks like we lost our bombers to the flak. Why aren't you spawning more?
Orbital command available.
There you
Waiting
go.
at target, sir.
I guess you had to wait for all the squads to die, basically. So, his engines are crippled, so you cannot escape.
Right away, sir.
Let's go ahead and gather our fighters.
Stay alert, boys. More
Hopefully you're
fighters
spawning more. There you go.
General, into the fray. Here we
So now this battle is winnable. Let's go ahead and bring them out.
Nothing
Out the
but
hangar bay shield generator.
at your command. Watch it.
Let's see if you're in range. Alright, space station is now in range. JK, it's not firing at me.
Light 'em up. Begin the attack.
There he goes. Shields are down. All fighters, fire at him.
Can't take much more of this. Watch it!
Let's take out their flak.
Taking fire! All units, fire at will! Can't take much more of this. Waiting attack, sir. Begin the
So right now we are crippling their ship.
Can't take much more of this.
Losing quite a bit of fighters, but they're just spawning from the ship, so we're not actually losing anything in the battle. Alright, there she goes. And they're not going to retreat because their engines are damaged. So this is a victory. Unexpected, but I'll take anything I can get. I'm a bit concerned because the last time they brought in a weak force was when they hit our planet hard. I believe it was on Carteo. Let's go ahead and build up some space stations over here. This one's still building. You can afford to build some frigates here, I think.
Vehicle
Some
in
fighters, get
production.
some fire superiority.
Reinforcement available. Construction complete.
And keep building space stations. What's good about this space station over here, the space station level 4,
Complete.
because this planet's secluded from the rest of the force, we can't bring any ventilators over here. We can't actually build any of the acclimators either, unless we increase the space station. But the space station level 4 spawns in a ventilator. One single ventilator. So that'll be useful. Alright, we have one ventilator here. We need to bring the ventilator over to Serapin, I believe. Because it's not that big of a force, and it's right next to Carteo,
Construction complete.
which we know is very well defended.
Reinforcements
Another trick we can do here at Kessel, if there are not many of these star frigates, if we can bring up some armor, let's say the ATRTs, the troop transport has a blaster on it. It's pretty weak in space naturally,
In production.
but we can use it to fight, even though we don't have a fleet.
building
So we need to keep that in mind. 55 frigates here still, which is concerning. Now, I did have a plan. One thing we can use is this neutral planet. We can pass our ships through the planet here and attack Christophsis.
construction complete.
I don't believe there's going to be a very large force here. It is an economic planet, so they probably have a lot of the mining facilities. Let's bring our Jedi over. What's wrong with this force? There's 2 squads of these soldiers here. There's 10 stack of these 501st, and then there's a 2 stack. Why is it like that? That's weird.
Crews are online.
Okay. Alright, so let's bring our Jedi over and scout.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Ooh, we're getting attacked. Serapin. Where's Serapin? I think Serapin... Yeah. So it's this force here. So, I don't know what this means.
Complete.
It could be a very large force, or it could be like 2 troops. 2 ground troops, yeah. Okay, so this is what happened last time when they invaded Carteo. They brought in some ground troops to scout out. Not actually intending to take the planet with the ground troops, naturally. But they just build so many that they just throw them away to see what our ground forces are actually like. So, let's just take out these ground troops, and we definitely need to think about reinforcing the planet some more.
Welcome to the battlefield, General.
Awaiting command.
Let's have you guys be squad 1,
Waiting attack.
have our frigates be our 2nd squad,
Coming about.
unlock S-foils and move out. I think it's pretty cool is that you can actually see the S-foils like locking on these ships. Let me unlock them. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool.
Reinforcements en route.
And they do go faster if they are locked down. So let's find these troops.
Copy that.
Let's go and scout out, boys.
Right away, sir. Enemies moving in.
Found them. Okay, so they're over here.
Waiting your orders.
You see the blasters on this ship? That's what I meant about the ground forces. But they're actually pretty decent in combat. Like, they're not so garbage.
Victorious.
Because they do have shields, whereas those troop transports do not. Those are comparable to the LAAT troop transports. But the vehicle ones are quite good.
Construction
They're
complete.
basically the equivalent of a CIS patrol ship.
Vehicle in
Alright, so let's go ahead and show up some more defenses here. Get some more patrol ships. Not patrol ships, these light cruisers.
Available.
I do like them because they have the shields, so I'll keep building them. Now, on this planet, we can go ahead and build some of these
Complete.
acclimators. And we need to build some Invadinators here on this planet as well. So, let's go ahead and shore up the 501st. We can bring this
Understood, sir.
tank over here.
Building started.
Alright, 501st.
Squadron reporting.
So it looks like they have plenty of ground troops as far as infantry. They could use some extra tanks. We have 15 of these ATTEs here. It's pretty insane.
Crews are online.
Excuse me.
Navigating to coordinates.
Alrighty. Looks like we have a decent force there. Let's go ahead and build some Invadinators in Coruscant
Unit in
to
production.
increase production. Because that's basically what we need to do to win this war right now. We need to be able to win our battles
in production.
in the skies first.
Vehicle in production.
Felucia. We're getting ahead of Felucia with a big force. So it looks like we stirred them up a little bit. I don't think we can really defend this, unfortunately. I'll just auto-resolve. We do have the hyper-velocity gun, so we could have taken out one of their frigates. But it'll be long and drawn-out battle for only one frigate.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay. Looks like they do not appreciate these space stations. I'll resolve that one too. So what? Alright, so they have 2 stacks of 12.
Yes, sir. Crews are online.
Alright, 1 stack of 10, 1 stack of 11. I can only assume this planet's going to get hit next. We need to try to defend this planet, of course. I wonder what happens if you build 2 hypervelocity guns.
Crews are online.
Okay. So, Christophsis, that's right. It's not really defendable. We can definitely take this planet. So, let us bring our force over here that wanted to take Hypori earlier,
Crews are ready, sir.
but could not.
Crews are online.
Let's bring them over. And the 501st, let's bring them over to Milestone
Right away, sir.
to await the invasion. This planet, we can start building some more air support.
Vehicle in production.
They could use some artillery as well. It'll never hurt. Alright. Getting close to the battle.
Building
Keep
started.
building some space station, keep building support ships,
Constructing unit.
keep building
Constructing
fighters.
unit.
Alright, let's bring in the invasion force as well,
Understood, sir.
because there's no reason that we will ever lose this battle.
Tactical battle imminent.
Let's begin. I don't believe they do have the space station. Alright, control of the capital and military barracks will assure control of the planet. We don't have a map of the actual planet, what it looks like. We will in the next battle because we'll be invading the ground. So we'll definitely want to have some vehicles in the front to be able to take the city square. Alright. Ooh, they do have a space station. So let's go and bring all of our forces over.
The Republic needs your help fighting on the front lines. Are you ready to join the battle?
Alright, it looks like our Invaders are moving in. We'll go and have our Jedi control the arcs. Let's find our arcs. Alright, it's not what I wanted, but okay.
Sir, I'm picking up contacts ahead. We're not
We'll
alone.
have Anakin control the bombers.
I'm Ahsoka.
I stand ready to serve. Crews are ready, sir.
So let's go ahead and take out the engines. Let's have Anakin take out the shield generator. And have all 5 of our frigates open fire on this. I guess these are cruisers, not frigates. Let's take out their fighters.
Light 'em up. Waiting at target, sir. Yes, sir.
Looks like Anakin took down this space station shields by himself. That's pretty impressive. Some miscellaneous shots now. Alright, looks like everything is in the bag. We'll go ahead and have our Invaders just power down the space station. Just go and inspect our Jedi. We are victorious. Alright, so that was naturally an easy battle. On the ground, it should be an easy battle as well. They only have 2 B1 battle droid squads, so we shouldn't lose anything in the battle. Hopefully our ground forces don't get mixed up with our invasion force. There we go. We'll go ahead and reunite Anakin and attack Christophsis.
Invasion commencing.
A little bit of lag there, but we will begin. Alright, so it looks like this is the capital city, I would assume. Or maybe it's a military barracks. Where's the capital then? I guess this? Alright, so 2
Choose your reinforcements.
command posts we need to take. Let's go and drop down 1 platoon of soldiers. Let's bring in some air support.
Understood, sir.
Captain Rex.
Right away, sir.
And the last thing I'll bring in is a ATTE.
Reinforcements en route.
Get some armor on the ground. So we want to be able to take 2 of these command posts. Looks like they're capturing this one right here. So let's go ahead and have our walker scout out. Take out this. Let's go ahead and have an attack walk over there. While they are being deployed, we'll go ahead and drop down some of our troops here. Let's go ahead and have our HCTE walk over here as well. Let's go ahead and have our troops load up. Alright, looks like they found some battle droids here. Let's go ahead and take them out before they go into the bunker. Sweet, they have not gone in the bunker. They're just cutting down the battle droids right now. Alright, nicely done. So let's go ahead and have you guys be control group 1.
Into the fray.
We'll have our main armor group be control group 2 whenever the time comes. Let's go and build up some turrets while we have the time, and we'll have these troops walk up.
General.
Turrets
Yes, sir.
constructing.
Alright, nicely done, nicely done.
You can count on us. Here we come.
Go ahead and drop down the ground troops.
All units are in position, sir.
So this command post, I don't know how many it's going to give. We'll basically just drop down armor. By armor I mean heavy armor. We have plenty of ATTEs to spare, so we'll go ahead and use them.
En route.
We'll go ahead and have these guys go back in.
Captain, sir. You
Let's have our air support move back a little bit. It'll be control group 2.
I hear you've got a bit of trouble with the Seppies, General. What are your orders?
And have our armor be control group 3. So let's have our armor push up to this point, up here. We'll have you ground troops go and start taking down these build pads.
Into the fray.
This is a pretty good choke point right here.
Yes, sir.
I guess this is the capital. So let's go check out what's what in there.
Construction complete.
Have one of our sergeants go over and take this point.
Turret constructing.
Looks like our ATT wants to do some 360s.
Constructing.
Understood, sir. You can count on us, sir.
Looks like some rubble here.
Here we come.
Ooh, they may have gone in behind us. That's interesting. What are these walkers doing right now?
Sir, our cruiser's in position to commence the orbital strike.
Alright, so,
Construction
no
complete.
problem. Just going to have the walkers take out the droids. Looks like nobody's home.
General, you heard the man.
So, our plan is to invade. Let's go ahead and bring our tanks up. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring them in. With an attack walk, and then we'll have our air support from the side, and drop in the units behind.
Understood, sir. Take him out.
Doesn't seem to be any resistance here. That's kind of strange. Let's bring our walkers up. Mop up some last of the battle droids. There are a lot of battle droids over here. I didn't expect them to be over here either.
We said
And there's actually no resistance here. Oh, there's some resistance. There we go. The walker took care of it. Easy peasy.
you can count on us, sir.
Okay, this is quite strange.
You heard the man.
So let's have our walkers go over here. Sorry guys. Looks like we have control of this area. Our droids are holding the line there.
General. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Let's go ahead and have our air support check this area out.
Understood, sir.
Alright, they're retreating. Okay. Oh god.
Dead ready.
Is that anti-air turret? Oh, that's anti-infantry, my bad. I thought that was anti-air. Kind of spooked me. Alright, so it says they didn't lose anything, but they did because none of their forces retreated, so they lost 2 squads.
Constructing unit.
Alright, so we took the planet of Christophsis. Let's move our forces back here. Drop down the 2 501st that I don't know anything about. There. Alright, so let's bring our Jedi over and scout out. Whenever the next Galactic Day happens, we'll go ahead and spawn some more ground
Awaiting your command.
troops. Okay, it seems that there
Squadron reporting.
are not many forces here on this
Squadron
planet.
reporting, sir.
We should be able to take it fairly easily. Now, I'd rather them stir up defenses here and move forces off of Mustafar.
Cruiser ready, sir.
It looks like they're doing the opposite.
Squadron reporting.
Let's see what's on Tatooine. Let us see. Okay, they have a lot of tanks on the ground. It seems they also have a light force. In the skies, what space stations do they have? Level... Doesn't seem they have a level space station at all. I assume they do, and it's just hidden right now. Excuse me.
Construction complete.
I remember this planet. Umbara is going to be so hard to capture. I don't want to do it quite yet, because we're going to lose a lot of troops. Yeah, that's going to be really annoying to take. So, Tatooine. We can definitely go ahead and take Tatooine. We need a force to be able to do it.
Reporting.
By force, I mean a fleet to take them out.
Unit in production.
Yeah, it looks like we have some detonators ready to go. So let's try to gather them up with some support ships.
At once.
and take them out. We'll just go ahead and start gathering all the support ships we can find. Take the Force from Alistair. Big Array, Solist. Let's go ahead and build some more fleet commanders. We suddenly just ran out of money. No, we ran out of population. That's what happened. Okay. Let's go ahead and delete the fighter to build a tactical officer. So we do have a decent force here. We also have a lot of these heavy weapon squads, so we can go ahead and distribute some of these forces around the galaxy. The 501st could use these rocket troops, I think. Let's bring them out of Alistair. These walkers, I don't really know. Let's go and bring them to Gianna Mundi, because they do have these Galactic Marines.
Squadron reporting.
I guess in the lore those were used for Magito. I think that's where I remember them from. Oops. Can I move troops around? Yes, yes I can. Alright. I haven't actually used this. So, let's go look at a planet we assume is going to be attacked. Let's... let's look at Felicia. Let's see if we can do that here. No, maybe that's why I haven't done that yet. Because I can't like drag and drop them here. Maybe the planets that have original... So it does tell us the layout of these planets. So I guess that's useful. Okay. I guess the planets that have the original map, such as the planet I was just looking at, that I don't remember. Anaxes, okay. So Anaxes probably has the same ground map as the vanilla version of the game, so you can actually drop them down. But planets that have remade grounds, like battlegrounds, you cannot drop them down. Which I really do like this mod.
Construction.
Because of like how much new content there is. I think it's really awesome.
Beginning construction. Building under construction.
Let me go ahead and build up some more space stations, build up a little bit of a bigger fleet.
Beginning construction.
Slowly but surely, we'll get a nice force.
Crews are ready, sir.
Alright, Tatooine. Do we have a big enough force here? We have 3 Venators. I don't think that's enough quite yet. I'd rather have at least 4. And what do you know? Looks like we have another Venator here. So let's go ahead and bring the Venator over. And we can go try to take the planet. Alright, so our forces are met up. Let's go ahead and take Tatooine.
Right away.
Awaiting your command.
Ooh, Luminara Unduli is spawned. So she can lead our 2nd fleet. While this dude over here leads the 1st.
Awaiting your orders.
Ready, sir.
Admiral Yularen. I have been watching the Clone Wars cartoon.
Tactical battle imminent.
It's pretty good. I didn't really expect it to be good for some reason. But I've been enjoying it quite a bit. So now I can actually recognize some of the characters in the mod, which I didn't actually before. It's a bit strange, but I love Star Wars. So it doesn't matter if I don't really recognize the characters, but I'm starting to see some of them. For example, on Mandalore, you can build Death Watch, which I didn't know what the Death Watch were before I watched the cartoon. So, little things like that I can appreciate even more. So it looks like there are forces on the other side of this nebula. So what we want to do,
I'm the new Padawan learner.
we want them to push through the nebula. So let's go ahead and put our forces right here.
Roger that.
Bring our Venerators right here. Nope, don't do anything weird.
Form up. Awaiting orders. Fall out. Yes, sir. I call, babe.
The name's Ahsoka Tano.
Looks like you want to do a 360. Alright, so let's go ahead and build up a fighter group. And get our Jedi. Go ahead and have them be in the first squad. Alright, looks like we have these little Corvettes coming up first. Let's get this Invading Christophsis up to the front lines.
Standing by. Aye, aye. Your orders, sir.
We really need our acclimators to take down these support ships here.
Cruiser standing by.
I'm the new Padawan.
Ideally. Alright, we'll send our fighters through the nebula to go take these forces up here on the northern flank. Let's bring our Corvettes back because they are alone. We don't want them to be cornered.
The name's Ahsoka Tano.
And it looks like they have the same plan. It doesn't seem that they are pushing up.
Gotcha.
Ready, sir.
We're fighting for freedom.
Alright, let's...
So, what's the plan?
I think we need to retreat our fighters
Taking fire.
Plan it is?
because we're taking quite a lot of fire here.
Watch it.
Alright, so new plan. Let's go ahead and bring our Generators up.
Taking fire.
Looks like our frigates are pushing through the southern flank. Let's have one Generator come escort this group. We have tons of fighters and bombers here as well.
Waiting in time, sir.
Let's go ahead and have all of our bombers go out and see what you can find.
Clear to engage. Where do you want this? Course leading.
Alright, the southern flank is all but cleaned up.
General.
Let's have these forces move out.
Slide it up.
Ahsoka?
And fighters can take out that ship.
Taking fire.
Following direct orders.
Weapons
is
on.
only
Weapons ready.
Ahsoka.
Starting our attack run.
Yes, sir.
Alright, looks like they're focusing down our support ships. Let's go and get them out of the line of fire. Although that one's kind of dicked. They do have a space station. Okay, so we can use these forces here. Take out that enemy space station. Take out the shield generator. Let's have you forces move up. You Generators need to get in the fight, not just sit around.
Yes, Commander. Standing by. This way. Star Cruiser here.
Holding fire for maximum
Star
effect.
Cruiser standing by.
The name's Ahsoka Tano.
Alright, boys, move up.
Closing on enemy.
Cruiser ready, sir.
Looks like we're losing some more sports ships.
Can't take much more of this.
The shields are already popped. We can have these arcs take out one of the shield generators of one of these outlying star frigates.
Can't take much more of this. Watch it.
Mainly, we just don't have our Generators in the fight, so we don't have our main damage dealers up in the front right now. That's why we're losing ships.
More of this.
The purpose of the frigates is to take out the enemy frigates, and also to take the punches that our acclimators and our Generators should not be taking. Anything's over here in the fight still. Let's have you guys focus down shields.
They've destroyed our torpedo launcher. Taking fire.
Take shields and move on.
Take much more of this. Watch it.
I copy.
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Reporting.
Launch base has been disabled. Watch it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and have our second squad
Can't take much more.
take out these enemy fighters. We also need our fighter group to take them out. Bombers. You guys can take out these patrol ships. They are being quite annoying to our fighters.
Our shields aren't holding. Primary engine system is down. Taking fire. Can't take much more of this.
Switch on point defense system.
Turn on your point defense systems, take out those rockets. As you can see, they're being blasted out of the sky. Now we can just spectate and watch the rest of the battle.
Taking fire. Can't take much more of this. Watch it. Taking fire. Can't take much.
These are some pretty cool shots, I think.
Taking fire. Can't take much more of this.
Alright, I'm glad we got that on camera. We just had that star frigate go like directly through our acclimator. Oh god, that's so cool. I love this like cinematic mode. Alrighty, let's go ahead and turn back on our point defense systems. There we go. Let's see if we can watch them taking down the missiles. We can. There we go. Nicely done, boys.
I'm the new
We definitely need these fighters out of here, though.
Reporting.
They're being a little too troublesome for us.
Fire. Awaiting command.
Switch to our point defense system. Holding fire for maximum effect.
Fire for maximum effect.
Fire all guns. Take them out.
Who names Ahsoka Tano?
Watch it. Light it up.
We're fighting for freedom.
There we go. Well played, boys. GG.
Retreat to full throttle.
So we did lose quite a bit of our support ships, but they lost more. So it's acceptable. I've been using that term quite a bit recently when talking about this mod. Acceptable losses.
Understood, sir.
It's... I don't know.
Building under construction.
Like, it is necessary to lose ships in a battle like this, but I don't really want to. I kind of want to save, like, the clone troopers and stuff. It's kind of hard to, though. Ideally, we need to be taking out planets that give the Separatists bonuses, such as a fleet bonus. Let's say there is a planet that gives them 25% extra health. That gives them an effective army's increase of 25%. So instead of having 10 ships, they have 12.5 effectively. So if we can take out those planets that give them buffs in battles, that'll be very useful in our future engagements. And likewise, giving our units extra
Choose your
buffs.
reinforcements.
So, let's go and resume the battle. So, looks like there are Tusken Raiders on this map, and that's it. Okay, looks like they have a shield generator. Command post here. So we do need to take that command post. And remember, they have exclusively armor.
Understood, sir.
So let's go ahead and drop... We don't have any ground forces, actually. Let's drop down one of these groups here.
At maximum unit
These
capacity.
rocket troops.
Welcome to the battlefield, General. Attention, Sergeant on deck.
Let's go ahead and load them up in the ATTE. And then we'll have our
Picking up
Saber Take escort.
Get on low now.
Oh my.
We stand ready.
Like, you saw how much damage that ATTE just took? And they're going to take now? It's just insane. Like, I can't really rely on those ATTEs to take out these kind of tanks.
Here we come.
Because they just take down... They take so much chip damage. That's the issue, really.
Attention, Sergeant on deck.
Alright, we lost quite a bit of our walkers.
I hear you've got a bit of
Um,
General. What are your orders?
okay. Hmm. I don't really know what to do right now. Let's drop down some artillery.
Moving to coordinates.
That might help.
All units are in position.
I just need our rocket troops to take them out. We can drop down some more Plex troopers.
Understood, sir. Right away, sir.
That might help.
At maximum unit capacity.
Let's go and deploy our artillery.
Yes, sir.
I'm kind of choking right now because I don't really know what to do. I don't know what the best strategy is against these vehicles.
At maximum unit capacity.
I guess we can drop down some air support. I don't know, do those ships actually attack air units? That might be one of their
You've
weaknesses.
got a bit of trouble with the Seppies, General. What are your orders?
That's kind of like a random analogy, but I know like pigs can't look up because their necks are fixed. Maybe these troops here are the same way, where their guns are fixed forward and they can't actually look up.
Turret
So because it's all
Turret constructing.
Yes, sir. Into the fray.
enemy vehicles, build some vehicle turrets there.
Yes, sir.
Let's actually keep this artillery. I can't seem to pronunciate right now, but the artillery. Let's keep it there in the base. Let's get these recon troopers in the air support
Construction.
and bring the air support over to the command
Here
post.
we come.
Choose your
We
reinforcements.
do have an airstrike, almost 2 now. There's a Sarlacc there.
Our cruisers in position to commence
I'll show it off. Let's go over to this
You heard the man.
Sarlacc.
Right away, sir.
See this guy here. If you drop ground troops near this, which I will not,
Into the fray.
it'll eat them up. Alrighty, doesn't seem to be any resistance over here, which is kind of strange. So let's go and drop down our units. Oops. Looks like you went invisible there. What's good about these recon troops is that they can scout out the area. So let's go ahead and scout out what enemy resistance is left.
We've secured a landing zone.
It looks like just a handful of tanks.
Choose
Is
your
all that's left.
reinforcements.
Let's go ahead and wait before we drop anything down.
Canceled.
General.
We get the air support.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what happens when you bring in the air support.
You can count on us.
Here we
I
come.
wonder if the tanks will try to attack it.
Oh, yes, sir.
Doesn't seem they are. It's full health.
Right away, sir. Died
Okay, so this is pretty useful.
Take out the target.
That means we can use the air support to take out the enemy tanks fairly easily. So let's take down the shield generator. While we're doing that, we can scout out a little bit more.
What are your
What's
orders?
up here? Nothing. So where is their power generator? Is it over here? Yes.
We stand ready.
So let's go ahead and bomb this.
Died 'em up. Nothing but scrap. Into the fray.
Initiate bombing run.
And we can walk you Plex troopers in. Oh my.
General. Understood, sir.
We need you to not be doing that. I think he's bugged now. Because he's trying to load up troops.
We stand ready.
Yeah. So there is a bug with these guys. Sometimes they'll just be like in limbo right here.
Take 'em out.
Oops.
All right, men. Take cover. Oh, yes, sir.
Let's have our men take cover. He's kind of in limbo where he's not really
Yes, sir.
flying or dropping troops. He's kind of doing both. You can see his hatch is open. He does still fire, but I believe he is invincible when he's like this. If not invincible, he just can't move. Alright, so that was successful. We did lose quite a bit, but it was a learning experience. We now know that the air support are a lot more valuable than we thought.